Tonight, we're learning much more about the man at the center of all of this. He has a long criminal history, and he has a history of running from police.
That's right. CBS 13's investigative reporter Julie Watts is getting answers about the suspect's past.
We're getting answers from CHP sources tonight who confirm members of a special task force were serving a search warrant yesterday related to a felony investigation into a February highway shooting. Now, Eric Abril was at the park with his dogs when officers attempted to serve the warrant, and he ran. But it was not the first time he reportedly ran from police. This is a mugshot from 2014 when Abril allegedly attacked a San Luis Obispo store employee. News reports at the time say he ran from officers into a creek, leading police on a lengthy chase then as well. Now, at the time, he had an outstanding felony warrant out of Santa Clara County, where his court records date back to 2007. To clarify, yesterday, officers were attempting to serve a search warrant, not an arrest warrant, as was widely reported. The warrant to search his home and his car was related to that felony investigation of a highway shooting in Sacramento County earlier this year. It's not clear why officers chose to serve the warrant at a public park instead of his home, but that's where our Madison Keevy has been today, getting answers from neighbors about what led up to yesterday's shooting.
Yeah, it's what led up to yesterday's shooting and also what's still happening today. This caution tape right here at the batting cages at Mahaney Park was just put up within the last hour and a half. We've learned we see investigators that are working out just beyond this, an area that we were able to get video of here earlier today. Now, we did reach out to Roseville PD. They said that ongoing canvassing is just part of this investigation at a crime scene that spans this large, over 200-acre park in this area. Neighbors say they didn't see this coming. They had seen Abril before, but never thought he would be involved in something like this.
I got halfway down there, and there was a cop down there. And then I looked down there was a cop, and I'm going, okay, something's going on.
A 5-minute drive from the active shooter scene at Mahaney Park Thursday, law enforcement had their guns drawn.
And they swooped that house, and they started out like that. Next thing you know, sheriffs came, like a SWAT team, and there was like 6 of them that went in the house, hand on shoulder.
Eric Abril's mother, according to neighbor Jim Taylor, lived in the home too. Her son around often, but nothing stood out as dangerous.
She's screaming, "Don't break down my door," is what I think I heard.
The same warrant led law enforcement to Mahaney Park that Friday reopened to the public. Witnesses pieced together the path Abril took out of his car in the parking lot towards the dog park, followed closely behind by multiple officers. He turned towards the batting cages as law enforcement yelled at Abril.
And then that's when we got on the ground, and then gunshots were fired, roughly 20. And then after that, he tripped like 4 or 5 feet in front of us on a ball that my friend had hit.
From here, a witness says Abril got back up and went towards the Greenbelt, where Roseville PD says he took 2 hostages, James McEgan and his wife. McEgan died and his wife was injured. Abril was taken into custody behind the fields here. Now you get an idea of just the span of that crime scene again when you're looking at it from above. You know, this again is that live look of this continued investigation. And we're told that Mahaney Park, while the caution tape is down in the parking lots and people are able to come into the fields, it's not technically open, but people have come back today. They weren't going to let what happened yesterday stop them. They said they have to get the fields ready for the season. But we understand there are more questions when it comes to the timeline and specifically when that CHP officer was injured in all of this. We're asking those questions and attempting to get those answers, and we will get you those answers here as the days go on.
Definitely, Madison. And, you know, before we let you go, we were noticing as the suspect's mother was speaking with law enforcement, she had her hands behind her back, but was she cuffed? Was she in handcuffs? Do you know?
Yeah, Marley, I asked the neighbor that, and he said from his house, which was right across the street, that she was put in handcuffs. We did reach out today to Roseville PD on that. They said they couldn't comment on her status right now, so we're still trying to get specific answers. But based on what that neighbor told me, he said that it did appear from what he could hear, again, from his home across the street, that when they came to the door that she was not cooperating, and he said that's when things escalated and she was put into that car and when he started filming.
Right. Madison Keevy digging into this story all day long and in the days to come. Thank you for that live report.